Morning, folks. Good morning. It is Friday morning. It is 6:16 in the morning, and it is nice and cool. And it is 6:16 Pacific Standard Time. It's 8:16 Central Standard Time. It's 9:16 Eastern Standard Time. I'm here with my coffee and my plate of waffles. Now, Gavin Newsom, all right, is getting very desperate. He is getting very desperate right now. And he went to the Northern District of California judge, and the judge said no. Because the thing is, the National Guard, we all know that the National Guard gets their orders from the president. Okay? Now, the thing is, you got people on Twitter and you got people on fucking TikTok saying, "Thank you, Governor Newsom. Thank you. Well, here's the thing, folks. Most of the people that are on TikTok are all left-wingers. Most of them are left-wingers. Most of them don't know the law as they think they do, because here's the thing. Pete Hegseth is head of the DOD. Okay, the DOD. And Gavin Newsom tried the ex parte bullshit. That failed. Okay. The judges he went to were Obama and Clinton picked judges and shit. Now the thing is, Gavin Newsom thinks he could get rid of this shit. Well, he can't. Okay, he can't. The last time that the president sent out the National Guard was 33 years ago in 1992. He sent in the National Guard and he sent in the Army. Now, Gavin Newsom should remember this, because it was under George H.W. Bush, the 41st president of the United States, that did it. That did it. So he's trying to look good for the cameras. Well, cameras does add 10 pounds, Gav, to your fucking ego. He's pissed off. Huh? He's pissed off. I'm laughing. Now, Los Angeles is the East District of California. Now, He tried going to the West District of California. No, he went north, San Francisco. Now, the thing is, a district judge, okay, a district judge has no jurisdiction over federal. The National Guard takes order from federal, not a district. Now, some of you may say, well, Gavin Newsom, he has a right to... No, yes, a governor has limits, like the president, but the thing is, there's laws that he has to go by. The fucker's a lawyer himself at one time, but why is he not recognizing the laws that are on the books that the president's using? Right? He's supposed to go by the laws on the books, but no. He's going by what he thinks what the law should be. Now, the Insurrection Act was enacted in the 19th century, in the 1800s and shit. We're in 2025, right? Okay, well, here's the thing. Now, let's see here. That's quick. Can the president let's see here. Can the president call on the Okay, now this is a 10 U.S. Code 12406. Okay. Yes, the president can call up the National Guard under certain circumstances, such as response to civil unrest and insurrection. But this typically requires the consent of the state's governor. The authority for this action is outlined in the Insurrection Act and other federal laws. But the president has not enacted the Insurrection Act. He never did that. He never called in the Insurrection Act. Never called it in. Okay. Okay. 10 U.S.C. Code 12406. National Guard in Federal Service Call. Okay, 12406, National Guard in Federal Reserve Call. Whenever the United States or any of the Commonwealths or possessions is invaded or is in danger of invasion by a foreign nation. Okay. There's a rebellion of danger, of a rebellion against authority of the government of the United States, or the president is unable with regular forces to execute the laws of the United States. The president may call on federal service member and units of the National Guard of each state, okay, in such numbers as he considers necessary to repel invasion or suppress the rebellion or execute those laws, orders of these purpose shall be issued through the governors of the commanding general of the National Guard of District of Columbia. (10 U.S.C. 12406). Okay. Let's see here. Can the president deploy National Guard? Okay, the president can federalize National Guard under 3 specific circumstances: invasion, rebellion, situations that government cannot handle without military intervention. While president deployment is possible, it's typical done through coordination with state governors rather than unilaterally. There are specific legal mechanisms in the Insurrection Act and Title 10, Section 12406 that govern these deployments. What the president has done, he has controversial. It is controversial. It is controversial. Here, let's go in the shit here. It's there's no sun in our faces and stuff, guys. You know. Yeah. Yeah, it's there are 3 provisions in where he can bring in the National Guard and federalism, you know. See, if he could do that under those 3 provisions, Democrats can't say shit because he's following the 3 provisions, you know. And Gavin Newsom, that son of a bitch, he's thinking, you know, I mean, the guy's a lawyer himself, but he's like, he's self-egoed, man, you know. And he has this massive ego because he's the nephew of Nancy Pelosi, you know. That family controls the north controls the Bay Area, man. You know, and this is here. The thing is, the president he has the authority, but he has to follow 3 provisions, you know, and I want to read it again here. Let's see here. The 3 provisions. Let's see here. Invasion, rebellion, situations the government cannot handle without military intervention, you know. but in this case, you got paid agitators and writers. Um, um, the Circle president shows such deployment can be legally challenged, as demonstrated in the Trump administration's controversial deployment in Los Angeles against the governor's wishes. Well, the thing is, what is the governor doing about it now? I mean, the son of a bitch should have done something then, where, because law enforcement. I mean, for example, okay, for example, look at Portland, Oregon, right? Look at Portland, Oregon. The mayor of Portland was also the police chief. And he had Portland PD stand down while Antifa was tearing apart the town. They couldn't do anything because the mayor had them stand down. And people were like, hey dude, hey. These little fuckers are tearing apart the town, attacking people and shit. What the fuck are you gonna do? Mayor didn't do a fucking thing because he is both mayor and police chief. Basically, he held the town hostage. Right? So, Gavin Newsom is trying to look good for 2028. Do you think Californians are going to vote for him? No. No. Because Gavin Newsom will lose California. He will lose California. And most of the counties that are red right now, they will not vote for him. Guarantee it. He will lose the votes in the red districts, you know. He will lose California. You know. He's desperate. He's desperate because he's trying to hold on to California because he needs the votes, not just from the immigrants. He's trying to get them in California because he needs them. Why? He needs them for 4 more years until 2028. Right? How many black people voted Democrat in 2024 here in California? Not very many. How many people in the Hispanic community voted for Gavin Newsom and voted here in California in 2024? Look, each race, look, you have black people, Hispanic, Asian, you name it. And the percentage to show you how many of them voted Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian. And I tell you, I guarantee you that not every one of them voted for Democrat, but a good majority of them have. Because they were promised shit, but yet they were fucked with when they voted. Now, I would say, you know, after reading Um, I was reading this here. Um, this is the faculty .co. Those who benefit from oversimple. Okay, here. Okay, here. Potential misinformation and bias in the original statement. Okay. Question simplicity could lead to misunderstanding of the complex relationship between federal and state authorities over National Guard. The fact that while technically possible, unilaterally presidential deployment is unusual and potential. Okay. Let me. The complex relationship between federal and state authority over National Guard. The fact that while technically possible, unilaterally presidential deployment is unusual and potentially problematic. The existing legal challenges to such a deployment is seen in cases involving Trump and Gavin Newsom. Those who benefit from oversimplifying the power structure includes federal authorities seeking to expand executive power, political figures who want to project strong executive authorities, media outlets that benefit from simplified narratives about presidential powers. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Can the state government refuse a presidential order to deploy the National Guard unit? Yes, state governors can refuse presidential order to deploy the National Guard units when operating Title 32 status. The authority is rooted that the role as Commander-in-Chief of the state National Guard when it is not in federal. Multiple historical examples confirmed this. 4 governors refused Trump's request to deploy National Guard personnel in D.C. in 2020. Schwarzenegger declined to additional troops to the California-Mexico border in 2006. Okay, now here, okay, miscontexts, alternate viewpoints. Several important contextual elements are missing from the original question. Federal versus state control. While governors signify authority, the president can federalize the National Guard, bringing it under federal control. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Again, while governors have significant authority, the president can federalize the National Guard, bringing it under federal control. Current legislative changes, there are ongoing attempts to modify this authority. Okay. Legislative Proposal 480, LP 480, seeks to allow unilateral transfer of U.S. National Guard. Legislative Proposal 480, which is LP 480, seeks to allow unilateral transfer of Air National Guard space units to the Space Force without gubernatorial consent. This would affect 578 service members across 6 states. The National Governors Association opposes these changes as violation of their rights, states' rights. Legal framework. The authority is special. Legal framework. The authority is specially governed by Title 10 and 32 of U.S. Code, Section 502F, for presidential request. Potential misinformation and bias of the original statement. Which no question oversimplifies a complex legal political relationship. It fails to distinguish between the different types of deployment orders, Title 32 and federalization. Title 32 versus federalization. It doesn't acknowledge the ongoing legislative attempts to modify this authority. Who benefits from different interpretations? State governments benefit from emphasizing their authority and opposing federal control as demonstrated by National Guard, the Governors Association stance. Federal government benefits from pushing for more centralized control as seen in Space Force transfer proposal. Individual guardsmen have stakes in this debate as shown by the provision allowed them to choose whether to transfer under the new legislation. So yes, the governor can refuse under Title 32. The authority is rooted in their role as Commander-in-Chief of their state National Guard when it is not in federal service. But the president can federalize them. Let's see here. Yeah. So he can federalize that cigar to bring them under federal control, which is legal. Okay. Okay. The president can federalize National Guard to bring them under federal control. So the governor lied to you guys. So I know 10 USC, 12406 US Code. Yeah. It can be done. Governor sues Trump over. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's not unlawful if the president puts the National Guard under federalization, basically deputizing the National Guard under federal control. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, the president can call on the National Guard if he um, so let's see here. Okay, appeals court let Trump keep National Guard in L.A. Marines are on the way. This was just now. Reuters, just now, appeals court let Trump keep National Guard in L.A. Marines on the way. Okay, earlier, the substantial basis court judge George Breyer found that Trump it was not unlawful. But the thing is, the president can bring he could deputize the National Guard and bring them under federal law, federal control. So. Three-judge panel consisted of the justices appointed by the president. Oh, okay. A three-judge panel consisted of two justices appointed by the U.S. president in his first term. After comment, Newsom, President's office referred the governor's statement that after the initial ruling and notes that the appeals court put temporary pause on the ruling, but did not reverse it. Yeah, well, the mayor may want ICE out of LA, but the thing is, it's federal. Shit. He's getting desperate here because see, Gavin Newsom ain't just tired from doing interviews. He's tired of getting his ass politically whipped, you know. Now, Bass yesterday called ICE officers to stand down of the intensified series of raids that led to protest. Well, the thing is, the mayor can't do shit. Okay? If it's federal, she's fucked. Okay? Her hands are tied right now. She's lying to the people of LA. She's lying to you all across the country here, man, you know. The governor's lying to you guys. He's looking full of shit. He's trying to look good for 2028. And do you think that people in California in the district, do you think they'll vote for him in 28? The people that turn a lot of the districts up north red will vote for him? No. Because he's a failure. He's a failure. The reason he's in is because big money. Now, what's one of the big money? PG&E. PG&E paid millions millions behind his recall to protect him because they need him to protect them. I said it the other day. PG&E needs to have a Newsom to protect them because any smart governor, anybody who runs for governor and sees shit they're doing, we're gonna break up PG&E. I would love to see PG&E broken up, man. They're a fucking monopoly, dude. They're sucking money out of your... I mean, shit, man, you know. We had a young guy out here yesterday, and he wanted to see if we have an e-meter. No, a smart meter. I said, we're good, man, we're good. I go, who are you again? Who again? And he told me, I go, are you the same people that trying to push people to get solar? No. That's I said that's a different point. I said no. I said we're good, man. We're good. Because let me explain. Months ago, I'm talking about months and months and months and months ago. We had some kid out here. There's some kid come out here working for a subdivision owned by PG&E, bought and owned by PG&E, and my folks were gone. They went someplace, and I answered the door. Goes, Are you the owner? I'm the son of the owners. I'm the family watchdog. You know. So I go out there and I talk to the kid. He goes, he says that they're trying to push a mandatory that people get solar. People need to get solar. I said, look, by pushing this, you're basically taking away people's choice of whether they want solar or not. He said, well, that guy has it. Just because a neighbor of ours has solar don't mean we got to get it. And it's all bullshit. And they're trying to push. Now, here's the one thing I would love to see. The return of analog meters. Nobody likes these smart meters in California. Okay? You can go back to analog. Okay, you can. But the thing is, to remove the smart meter. See, the smart meter is nothing more than a goddamn spy device, man. Surveillance device, you know what it is. Smart meter, smart car, smart city, smart appliances. It's all there for surveillance. I mean, we all know what it is, man. It's bullshit, you know. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So I was reading it. Mandatory. I said, look, you know, I said, the reason they have you out here is because you're doing what they're telling you to do. They're telling you to come out here. Not question. I said, PG&E said, PG&E owns you. You work for, you may work for a sub company, but PG&E owns you. They own you. The company you work for. They own the company you work for. Yeah. And most of these sub companies are owned by PG&E. They come out to your door to door, do a little shtick, and they want to do their daily checkup, right? Well, daily checkup. Yesterday I said, we're good, man, we're good. Is there a gate? I said, we're good. We're good. I said, why do you want to go back? Why do you want to go into someone's backyard and to see if they have a smart meter? Everybody has smart meters on their house. So why do you want to go ask, what gate can I use? People have smart meters on their fucking house. They just don't want it on their house. They want it gone. They want to go back to analog, because smart meters are like smart appliances, smart cars, smart cities. It's nothing more than surveillance on people. Okay? Surveillance, I lived in my grandparents' house from the time my son was 6 months old to about 06. I had a analog meter. Okay, PG&E came out to my house and they checked the meter and they wrote down. That's what we need back. We don't need these guys to sit on their asses, scoffing on junk shit. We want them to get off their asses and walk, check it themselves, and go away. But no, they put these. Now, there's a lady that said, hey, I don't want this shit in my house. So, the power guy called the sheriff. He says, hey, look, this is happening. So she won't let me in. I have to do this. They arrested her on her own property. You don't have to have it on your house. The reason he complains that I can't do my job. I can't do my job surveilling you. So what does he do? Calls Johnny Law. What happens? Arrest the woman. They put in there. It's done. Go. Because smart meters on your house is a smart meter. Okay. Anything with a smart at the end is a surveillance device. Surveillance. Smart meter, smart car, smart appliances, smart TV, whatever it is. TV, toaster, oven, fridge, whatever it is. It is surveilling your ass. Okay? They're surveilling your ass. That's what they're doing. So, smartphones. Handy little gadget, but it's a fucking curse. It's a fucking curse. Alright? So I told this kid months ago, I said, by you doing this, you're trying to make they're wanting you to make sure that we get told that our freedom of choice is gone. Okay, it's not gone. If you want a solar on your house, it's your choice to get a solar for your house, right? It's your choice. But PG&E has this thing where it's mandated. It's mandatory. Fuck you. No, it's not. Why? My choice. If I want solar, I'll get solar. If I don't want it, I ain't gonna get it. You know. So PG&E, which has Gavin Newsom in their pocket because they need him to protect them. So, well, they need him to protect them from ever being broken up. If all of a sudden PG&E is broken up, that means their monopoly is gone. Gavin Newsom's piggy bank is gone. If he's ousted as governor. That's why he's desperate to do his shit, you know. But he's pissed off because President Trump called in the National Guard, which he basically deputized them and brought them under federal control, which is legal. So he lost. Okay, again here, look. Okay, now this is under Reuters. Appeals court let Trump keep National Guard in L.A. Marines on the way. A three-judge panel consisted of 2 justices appointed by the president in his first term. A U.S. appeal court today allowed President Trump to maintain his deployment of National Guard troops in Los Angeles amid protests over stepped-up immigration enforcement, temporarily pausing a lower court ruling that blocked the mobilization. The 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals decision did not mean that the court will ultimately agree to it, but it does leave the command of the Guard with the president for now. Earlier today, San Francisco-based U.S. District Court Judge Charles Breyer found that Trump deployment of the Guard were unlawful. It was not unlawful. It was according to the law that President Trump basically deputized National Guard and brought it under federal control. The government did not like that because it fucking bruised his ego. That's what it did. It bruised his fucking ego. Breyer's 36-page ruling has ordered the National Guard to return the control to cover Governor Newsom, who had brought the case. It was short-lived victory for Newsom as Breyer order was paused with 2.5 hours later. So, yeah. The court's action called the court's action called an administrative stay gives the appeal judge traditional. Court's action called an administrative stay gives the appeals judges substantial additional time to consider the Trump administration's request to block Breyer's order while litigation in the case continues. Trump summoned the National Guard on Saturday in response to protest that had broken out over immigration raids. Then on Monday, ordered the U.S. Marines to support the guards. Again, Trump summoned the guards on Saturday in response to protests that had broken out over immigration raids. Then on Monday ordered the U.S. Marines to support the guard. A battalion of 700 U.S. Marines is expected to arrive today, marking an extraordinary use of military forces to support civilian police operations within the United States. Yeah. Okay. The protests so far have been mostly peaceful, punctuated by incidents of violence and restricted to a few city blocks. The Guard has also accompanied Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) on operations to detain immigrants. In this ruling, Breyer wrote that the presence of the troops in the city itself inflamed tensions with protesters. A contention made by LA Mayor Karen Bass, fuck you, cunt, as others, and deprived the state ability to use Guard for. Look, she's pissed off because her authority was challenged. Okay? She's pissed off, and so is Gavin Newsom. They're both pissed off because their authority was challenged and their ego was bruised. What it is. Their authority was challenged and their ego was fucking bruised. That's all it was. And it is. It's peaceful now in some parts. We had a protest here the other day, a few days ago, but it was peaceful. It was peaceful here compared to San Francisco and LA, man. You know, the governor's pissed off. Well, fuck him too. Karen Bass, mayor of LA, fuck her too. You know, like that cunt. You know, and the thing is, you know, there has to be a law and order. We should be a law and order country. You know, follow the fucking law, man. You know, if you don't like it, get the fuck out of here, dude. Shit, there's laws on the books that are being used, but yet you got dumbass Democrats that won't use the laws on the books. They rather make up new ones because the old ones suck. Because you have to go by the Constitution, man. You have to go by the amendments of the Constitution. You have to go by of what the rule of law is, man. It's all in the books. If you don't like it, get the fuck out of office, man. Shit, you know. There are educated people who read law books for fun because they want to be educated, to be informed, right? Hey, let's all read a law book from time to time to understand what our rights are. You know, you have cop watchers, right? You have cop watchers, and then you have First Amendment auditors. Plus you have informed people that want to know the laws so they can know their rights. They read the Constitution, they read the laws, state court cases, you know, and the meaning of these cases, you know. An educated person is not a lawyer, okay? And an educated person is educated because they want to learn the laws and know their rights. If you are a badge-wearing prick that spent 6 months in the academy not knowing shit but how to find something so small and make it big, okay? They love to ask questions. Are you a lawyer? I don't need to be a lawyer to be informed, motherfucker. I read to be informed. I read to educate myself. I read because it's important for me to know what my rights are so I can exercise my rights under the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And this is what pisses off law enforcement officers. Okay? There are a few out there that get fucking butthurt because you know your rights. They get butthurt because you know their rights better than them. Okay? You think you know law better than me? Yes, I do, motherfucker. Because you wear a badge don't mean you know shit. Because you wear a badge don't mean you know everything, motherfucker. You know? Wearing a badge means you're a law enforcement officer. That's all it is, no more, no less. But yet, you have these dumbasses, both men and women, who are complete fuck-ups and shit, who think, well, you got to ID yourself if I ask for your ID. No, I don't. What's your probable cause, motherfucker? What is your articulate, reasonable suspicion? Dude. What's the crime? I don't know. Because they're trying to figure out what crime they could charge you with, because you're filming. You're filming in public, right? Oh yeah, I'm filming in public. Yeah, well, and they said, well, we got a call. Okay. Here's how you could debunk this shit. Oh, yeah, the reason we're out here, we got a call. Bring this out. Oh, really? You got a call? But do you know what that? When you do that, do you know what they'll tell you? That's illegal to have. Dude, it's not illegal. I can listen to this all fucking day and still debunk your stupid ass, man. Right? It's illegal to listen. No, because they'll lie to you saying, "Oh, well, we got a call." Okay, hold on.
Channel mode. Scanning begin.
Oh, really? Really? Oh, really? What call's that? I don't hear the call. By bringing this out, you're debunking their, oh, we got to call bullshit, right? You're basically debunking their shit, man. You're debunking their shit, right? If you ever get pulled here, get one of these, carry it with you at all times, right? And then when they stop you, say, when they stop you, they'll say, well, we got to call your car for a description.
Scanning begin.
Really? Because I've been hearing this all fucking day, man. Pull this out and say, oh, really? You got a call? You got a call about me in my car? Or whatever, you know? Oh, are you sure about that? Because All I'm hearing is something else. That would definitely always be informed on your rights. Read the Constitution, be informed. But also carry this with you at all time, because this would definitely blow away their, oh, we're going to call bullshit, you know. Oh, really? What was the call again, officer? What was the call again, deputy? What was the call again? Really? I mean, you think? I mean, that would definitely be the biggest mind fuck, man. Like, they got mind fucked by getting debunked, man. You know. But the thing is, you know, it's really sad, really sad, you know. Judge invokes monarchy talk while nulling Trump's National Guard deployment to Hill 15 hours ago. Yeah. Now the thing is, we all are going to be informed. I mean, we all have to be informed of what our rights are, man. You know. And if we do not inform ourselves of our rights, I mean, dude, I mean, Cop Watch has been around for 34 years. 34 years. It started in San Francisco in 1991, prior to the Rodney King beating incident. Citizens started to go out and really go out and monitor that. Watch cops, Cop Watch, man. I mean, they've been around for a long time. There's a website called copblock.org. Nothing's been done since 2011, 2012-ish. Since then, it's been what, 13 years. But when I first started on YouTube, I started to really get interested in like really get into the whole Cop Watch, the whole, you know, 4409, copblock.org, Cop Watch. Really get into of what knowing my rights are, man. You know, just really watch and learn and shit like that. Because if you do not know your rights, start reading. Start getting educated on your rights, man. Because I'll tell you what, the more you know, the more you read, the more you understand your rights are, is the more you understand. You know, download the Constitution app on your phone or your tablet, or basically get a physical copy for yourself. You know, and start reading. And I highly recommend, because we're in a place right now. We're in a place right now where a lot of laws are being broken. Civil rights are being attacked. And it's all over ideological bullshit, PC crap. A lot of this left, right bullshit thing, And the media is just, again, try to stir the fucking pot. They're reporting on behalf of the Democratic Party and the neocons and the rhinos and shit. That's who they truly work for. The media works for the neocons and the rhinos of the GOP, and they work for the Democratic Party. They kiss the ass. And they're told to what report, It's called propaganda, folks. It's called propaganda. Learn it. Look up Edward Bernays, the godfather of propaganda. He is the son of Sigmund Freud. Check out a channel called Stuff That I Want You to Know. Because they've been around since 2009. 2008, 2009-ish. I'll tell you what. There's a lot to be informed on, man. I tell you what. It's truly worth to learn, educate yourself. Now, what's funny about cops these days is that, it's like they're reading from a script. Every department in the country recycles the same bullshit, and they'll get a thing from dispatch saying about one person, but they'll go and pick somebody else thinking, oh, it's that person, Or they'll have the picture of the person with them, but they're eyeing this guy or this guy, Oh, they got a call thing your description. Oh, really, asshole? That's not what I got here. And that would definitely blow them away. I mean, that would definitely blow them away because, what call was that, officer? At what time? Of course, they'll get the ego hurt, and they'll tell you, "Oh, having that's illegal. That's illegal. It's against the law." No, it's not. It's a two-way UHF, VHF, FM radio. It's also a ham radio as well. It's just handheld, A lot smaller, better, Carry it with you at all times. Carry it with you while you're in your car, truck, or whatever you're doing. And they're gonna get butthurt and their ego's gonna get bruised. But if you have this with you, oh yeah, I didn't hear anything. Like really, officer, what was it again? It was a white guy in a gray Ford Probe. Bald guy, beard, wearing a green shirt that says "Blow Me" on it. Blue jeans, torque Nikes, nose piercings, ugly ass girlfriend with 3 nipples and a half a nose, unibrow, no hair, barbed wire hair. Okay. It's so funny how people that are in power they get so fucking butthurt, whiny, bitchy, mopey when their authority gets challenged, okay? And it's so fucking funny, okay, that they have this ego trip, that they have this massive ego and power trip that they get challenged. The more challenged the authority gets, the more bruised their ego gets, and less on a power trip they become. So fucking funny, man. Because you know, whether it's a politician or someone in law enforcement, high on their high horse, massive ego, huge power trip. They hate being challenged, right? They hate being challenged. They want to be the only person in authority talking. They want you to shut up and tell you how things are going to be. Well, fuck you. Do they do nuts? Do they do these nuts? There are laws on the books that handcuff officers on what they can and cannot do. Just like a politician in office. There's things that they can and cannot do, but yet they do it anyway. Who are you? Who are you to make it? The law, motherfucker. The Constitution, bitch. The rule of law, man. The laws on the books, asswipe. You know. And they hate it when they have to follow the same laws as everybody else, right? It's okay for me, but not for thee. Go fuck yourself. Follow the same laws, asshole. You ain't special, dude, because you're in office or you wear a badge. You have to follow the same laws we have to all around here. You cannot be choosing and picking what laws you want to follow and not follow, because every law is for every person in the country. Whether you're a civilian, whether you're in law enforcement, or whether you're in office. You have to follow the same fucking rules as everybody else. You are not that special unless you're in special ed, bitch. You have to follow the same laws as everybody else. If you're out walking, if you're on the road, if you're traveling, you have to follow the same fucking laws that are on the books today, bitch. It don't matter if you're a fucking billionaire tech company CEO suck up. Yeah, talking to you, Zuckerberg. Or if you're a fucking doctor, if you work for big pharma nuts, whatever you are, whoever you are, you have to follow the same fucking laws that are on the books as everybody else. You are not that fucking special. The world doesn't evolve around you, Karen. You cunt. You have to follow the same rules on the road, right, as you're driving. Yeah. People don't like it, but tough. If you fuck up, right? If you pull a Bernie Madoff, you're going to be doing the Bernie Madoff for years. Right? If you commit robbery, you're going to prison. If you murder somebody, you're going to prison. If you're a molester, or if you rape, or if you have raped somebody or hurt somebody, you're going to jail, man. You're going to prison for life, man, for years. Now, each crime has a stature. Some crimes don't have a stature, like murder. There's no statute of limitation on murder. Murder is murder. You're going to prison for life. Or you're getting the needle. Now, for example, D.B. Cooper. Even though it was 54 years ago, okay, this year, D.B. Cooper would not be charged because the statute of limitation has passed, right? Now, for example, have you ever gotten these calls from people where you have some kind of debt that's years old? For example, here in California, we had a phone company called SBC. Okay, they bought out Peck Bell, which was our phone company back then. SBC bought out Peck Bell in the early 2000s. Now, over time, AT&T bought out SBC. So, years ago, I got a thing in the mail stating I owe this much to SBC, which the company was bought out, no longer around. So, this was about 7 years ago at the time, 7 years prior. It's against the law. It's against the law, okay? For debt collectors to try to collect a debt from you, okay? See, debt collectors buy your debt, right? They buy it cheaply, thinking, I'm going to get my money back on this debt. Good luck. Okay. There is a 7-year gap where you owe money, even if it's very, very small. But there's a certain amount of money that is capped. Okay, capped. And within that 7 years, you got to pay that debt. That debt. So after the 7th year, the 8th year, that thing is gone. It is what? Basically, nothing that they can do. So after 7 years, there's a 7-year gap. Okay. So make sure you pay your fucking debt, man. So debt collectors are going to try to get money out of you because they're stupid enough, they're dumb enough to pay your debt to get your debt, right? Now, understand this, okay? Understand this. I've gotten calls from people trying to collect a debt from where I used to live. Now, they'll tell me, I'll ask, how far does it go back? I got this one call, for example, years ago, even though it was prior to the year they told me. Well, it goes back to 2013. What was it? What year? 2013. What address? I said, well, may I say something? May I say something? Sure. You're telling me it goes far back as 2013, right? Yeah. For what address? I'm gonna tell you guys like it is. I haven't lived at the address. I have not lived at the address in years. The last year I was there was 2006. Okay. They will get mad at you. They'll have the shit fit after you basically say, well, I haven't been there since this year, since no when, you know. And they will just get pissed off, blow up at you like, man, like, dude, chill out, man. You know, chill out, dude. You know, I mean, I go, did you buy my debt? Yeah. You fucked yourself. Don't get mad at me because you fucked yourself, right? And plus, 2013, I didn't live there in 2013. You're fucking yourself, dude. Go get a fucking real job, man. Go get a real fucking job. If you watch the channel Scammer Payback, most of these cocksuckers are in these cubicles trying to call you and telling you that they're either from Microsoft Tech Support or the IRS or FBI, right? They will lie. They will use a American name like George Wendt or Tommy Oliver or Dennis Conley, and they have an Indian accent, right? How many of you ever got those calls saying, yes, I am Jimmy Jordan from the Microsoft Tech Support. I am here to call you to know you have a virus on your computer. Jimmy Jordan, right? Jimmy Jordan. All right, Jimmy Jordan. Why do you have an Indian accent? Oh, I don't know. Dude, you're not Jimmy Jordan. Jimmy Jordan will be either a black guy or a white guy who has a real job, not scamming anybody, doesn't live in a cubicle trying to scam people out of their hard-earned money. Yeah, that kind of thing. If you get a call telling you the only way to pay this stuff is you go to the nearest store and get a iTunes card or a Google Play card, and tell them the PIN number. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. They want you to read off so they can collect. Best thing to do, don't even do it, man. If you wanted to redeem it on your iPhone or redeem it on, say, your Google shit, Because if you give them the shit, you're basically fucking yourself, man, That bullshit, So, the thing is, you have to really absolutely be careful, because they're getting craftier and craftier and craftier, man. Go on to YouTube and watch Scammer Payback. And you'll see a guy with blue hair. He's been doing this for years. And he did a video where an elderly woman took out $40,000. And she had the scammer guy on the phone. Now, this woman is in her mid to late 70s, right? Elderly woman. Now, the scammer dude had someone on standby nearby to pick up the money from the elderly woman. This is what pisses me off. Now, the dude that runs the channel, Scammer Payback, he called the police where this was happening and says, "Hey, look, this is what's going on. We need you to go to the bank because the elderly woman just took out $40,000, and she's still talking to the guy." So they called her daughter and her husband. Well, her daughter was on the phone with her mom and the scammer. And her daughter laid into the scammer guy, saying, "Hey, look, motherfucker, you should be ashamed of yourself." Of course, he's not. The economy in India is really fucked up. The law over there, as in law enforcement over there, is very crooked, very corrupt, man. They protect scammers. They protect call centers. If they know something, they will contact the call center and say, "Hey, look, this is what's up. Get the fuck out of there." Boom, it's done. No matter where you go, there's always going to be a call center run by a guy who's a complete fucking idiot, man. You know. Now, social media scams, man. If you ever come across a picture of a porn star like Danny Daniels or Hannah Brooks or her name is Natasha Nice under a different name, what happens is that scammers, they will use pictures of female porn stars like Danny Daniels, Hannah Brooks. Someone using a picture of Maya Price, blonde gal, 25 years old, and they're using these faces as a profile to scam you guys, man, to scam you. And I get those all the time on TikTok, but I don't, deal with that shit, You get them on Facebook, you get them on, Instagram, and also WhatsApp too. Because most people use WhatsApp, because it's like, now I use Signal. I like to use Signal. The Signal is a lot better. It's a lot better than WhatsApp. I don't like WhatsApp, but I use it anyway. I'm trying to get my friends to get on it because it's more better than WhatsApp. Because WhatsApp's owned by Facebook. Okay. And their encryption sucks. Because why? Mark Zuckerberg removed the encryption. If you think your communication is end encryption, if you think that your communication is safe on WhatsApp, and you think it's end-to-end encrypted, you're wrong. Because Zuckerberg removed it to get you to think it's safe. Because it's not safe. Never was safe, I used WhatsApp before Zuckerberg got hold of it. That's when I stopped using it. Why? Because one of the co-founders of WhatsApp created Signal using the same tools that was used to create WhatsApp. Signal is used by everybody now, man. Signal, Prima, Briar, there's sessions. There's a lot of message services that are good to use as end and encrypted. Now WhatsApp is not good anymore. People use it because, oh wow, that's pretty cool. It's end. Before you finish the thing, it's end to end, not encrypted. They want you to think that, but the thing is, whatever you type up or whatnot is pulled. Because Facebook right now is doing something really fucking stupid right now. Very fucking stupid right now. Whether you're using an iPhone or Android, okay? Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook for one reason only. This motherfucker created Facebook on behalf of the CIA. Okay? Half of the CIA. Alright? And I would be careful on what you put or what you share or what you post on Facebook. Because it would go into a little database. You know. The thing is, on this phone, no Facebook. On this phone is Graphene OS. Every app on this phone is sandbox. Now, the term sandbox means the very app cannot siphon anything from your device because the OS is putting the brakes on that app and putting it in a little sandbox, meaning, because if you have a regular Android device like a Samsung, Alphabet, who owns Google and Chrome and Gmail and Google Maps, they're siphoning stuff from you. Every information, right? GPS, all that shit, you know. This is a Google Pixel 6a with a Graphene OS on this thing. The reason I went this route is I took the biggest plunge of my life and become Googled. DE/Google, meaning de-Googled. This phone is de-Googled, meaning no Google shit. This phone has F-Droid and Aurora. If I want some good apps on here, download F-Droid and Aurora. But you have to have Graphene OS on a Google Pixel device. My phone don't have Facebook. Why? I don't have Facebook checking my ass. I don't have Google checking my ass. Because the thing is, Google is starting to see things. Google is starting to notice big time. Now, I go on to Twitter, no, X, and I look and I read on my Twitter, on my X. Okay. Now, this is a notification from this 8 hours ago by Graphene OS. We'll be making at least one more Android 15 QPR2 release soon to ship backports of important firmware and job security patches released with Android 16. This wouldn't usually be required since we have Android 16 released to end users using the alpha channel, soon beta. Now, 16 hours ago, Pixels have substantially benefited from meeting our requirements and having Graphene OS available for them. We know there's a significant market for an OEM working with us to make more secure devices with hardware-based security features not available on Pixels and iPhones. Now, we would prefer not to have to pay millions of dollars to have a phone produced for us. It's entirely doable, but we wouldn't need to repeat it over a few years. We'd rather work with an OEM with aligned goals and willing to provide first-class Griffin OS support to sell more devices. Pixels meeting our requirement is way more of them were and are being purchased. We've reported many vulnerabilities over the years, which have been fixed for Androids and Pixels. We propose hardware, firmware, and many software level security enhancements they have adopted. As an example of what we would be able to do even with an entire standard reference device, we would add hardware support for our duress, PIN, and passcode features to the secure element so that successfully exploiting the OS cannot bypass it. We could do a whole lot of firmware. We want to build privacy and security features. We don't want to waste our efforts to adding device support and other base functionality to AOSP. It appears the only way we're going to be able to do that is pay millions of dollars to an ODM to have a proper base. Now the thing is, you have to understand that not every Android and iPhone is secure because the phone I'm using right here to do this is a third gen Apple iPhone SE. It's Gen 3rd gen 2022. I haven't used it as a daily driver in like 2.5 years. 2.5 years. But I use it. But I use it as this. I went back to this because I went back to this phone with the Griffin OS on this phone is because I needed that privacy, that security, The dude that created Griffin OS saw things way ahead of time and still is ahead of time. Way ahead of time, way ahead. If you have a Google Pixel 8 with Graphene OS on it, you get an update until about 2030 something. 2030 something. Mine's a Google Pixel 6a. I could get an update until 2020, what? 28, 29? And you have to really think about. Come here, I got one person here. Now, before I go here, I wanna drop a huge bomb on somebody here. Some knowledge or knowledge bombing somebody. There is somebody in North Carolina. In North Carolina. I will not mention their name because it ain't worth my brain cells losing. They're trying to become a YouTube star. In the position they're in. I'm sorry to say this, but trying to become a YouTube star and being in the position you're in, easier said than done. I'm sorry. If you're a targeted individual and you're trafficked and trying to become a YouTube star, I'm sorry. I'm gonna burst your fucking bubble, dude. I'm going to burst your fucking bubble here, man. Look, the people in charge of this program are not going to let you. They're not going to let you become a targeted individual and at the same time be a YouTube star because they're watching your ass. They have you shadow banned. They're watching your shit. Anything you've done, they're shadow banning your shit, dude. Okay? They are shadow. Let this guy know. Dude, good luck with that. Good luck on becoming a star on YouTube. Ain't gonna help you. Ain't gonna go anywhere for you. You are a targeted individual who's having a pipe dream of becoming a star on YouTube. I'm sorry. You're targeted, you're trafficked, you're a homeless, you're a bum in North Carolina. Good luck on being a YouTube star. Because it's all in your head. It's all in your head, man. And plus, they will not allow you to be one because the only thing you can do is pretend to be one in your head. No more, no less. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but go fuck yourself. You know, I know I'm going to get some hate, but I do not give a fuck. If any of you do not like me speaking from the heart, from my logical mind, I'm sorry. I have a conscience. I have a heart. I have common sense, man. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself, you shell cunt. I'm sorry for bursting your fucking bubble, for telling the truth. I'm stating facts here, man. They're not going to let you to become a target individual as well as being a YouTube star. I'm sorry. You are a 4-stage cancer walking, thinking you're going to be somebody on YouTube. I'm sorry, you're not. They're not going to let you do it. That's why they have you shadow banned, motherfucker. They have you shadow banned for a reason. Okay? I'm not going to mention his name because they are not worth it. Okay? They're not worth it. There are some people who think I'm going to become famous on social media. Yeah, fucking good luck with that. Your dreams are pipe dreams. That's all it is. No more, no less, man. I don't give a fuck who you are, man. If you don't like the truth, go fuck yourself, man. Get a fucking life. The reason you're famous on social media is because they let you be famous. They let you be famous, you know? They let you be famous because they allowed it. They allowed it. Why? They need souls to sacrifice. They need bodies to sacrifice. They need souls to capture, to put in the supercomputer, man. Right? Ryan 2 was right, man. The guy made a point. He made a point. He made a point. Sometimes you have to really come down, and stare reality in the face and accept reality's judgment. Man, you know. You have to accept reality's judgment. Okay? Because the thing is, whatever position you're in, they put you there. Okay? They're not going to let you be a YouTube star while in that position you're in, because they're watching your every move, whether it's in public or online or on social media. They're watching your every move in public, online, you know, whatever it is, you know. Because they enjoy that stranglehold they have on your life. Now, for myself, nobody controls me. See, anyone like myself and others that are rebels and outlaws, they will have a very hard time controlling. If you live like a wolf, if you live your life like a wolf, it makes it just that much harder for them to control you. See, I'm a Sigma, not an Alpha, not a Beta. I'm a Sigma. I live my life like the wolf. I live my life like a lion, you know, because to some people I am a shadow. I am a glitch. I'm a ghost. I live my life right now like a glitch, shadow, and a ghost, because I don't give my name. I don't tell and with my name, I go by what I choose to go by. Okay. Yeah. Because you guys may see me on here and whatnot. I will always be either Grimlock or Revan. I'm not going to give my real name or where I live. My whole life, I've been a quiet guy. My whole life, man. Always been quiet, you know. I've always watched where I go, what I say. Always careful who I talk to. You know. That makes you unpredictable. Right? I've always been unpredictable my whole life. I've changed over the last 10 years. Um, I'm in my late 40s. Gonna be in my 50s in 6 months. In 6 7 months, I'll be 50. And this half of my life will be closing here. It's like an old saying. One story read, now closed. First half of your life is closed, and the second half of your life opens. New chapters written in your own way, on your own terms, on your own rules. Only you can rewrite your story. Only you can rewrite the pages in your story. Nobody can do it for you. Only you. I'm very wise beyond my years, even though I'm 49. I'm a very rare guy. I'm a very, very rare guy. I am. How rare, I don't know. I get along with everybody. I respect everybody if I get the same respect back in return. I'm an easygoing guy to talk to, but if you cross me one way, I could be a very sadistic bastard if I wanted to. I could be very sadistic. Don't take my kindness for weakness. So it's about respect. It's about boundaries. I respect you if you respect me. I respect your boundaries if you respect mine. I respect your way of living if you do the same with mine. That's how it is. But when it comes to my friends, with me, don't ever cross that line. I protect my friends. I protect my friends. I protect my family. They may not be blood, but to me they're family. To me. I have a friend I've known for 5 years. She's my sister. I protect her. You mess with her, you mess with me. I have friends that I met 15 years ago. Those are my brothers. Okay? I have friends I've known for 35, 40 plus years. Those are my brothers. I also have a little sister. Two blood. A baby sister. Kid sister. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. I'm a great uncle. I will go to the bowels of hell to send your soul there to protect my loved ones. Blood or no blood. I will send your soul to hell with me to prove a point. Do not fuck with my family. Blood or no blood. They're family. That's how much I will protect my family, man. I love my family. That's how I am, man. I know it's kind of I know it's kind of like whoa, what like whoa, but that's how I am, man. I protect my family, man. You know, I have a friend I've known for 5 years. That's my sister. To me, that's my sister. You know, I'll love her and I'll protect her. There's times that I step at night and I could sit out here all night to look at the stars and just sit there. Just sit there, you know, just sit there. And to really understand that, you know, life is very mysterious, and it's just the way I like it. Mysterious, you know, because life will throw you a curveball when you least expect it, you know. Humanity is weird. humanity is very, very weird, you know. I mean, throughout the ages, you know. It's very, very weird, you know. And you have people that are just want to live, man. Just want to live their lives in peace and free. And you got people that think they're entitled to tell you how to live your life, what your life should be, and what your life is going to be. And thinking that, well, this how can it be? No, it's not. Oh, fuck that, dude. You know. Fuck that. And then you have some that are in the middle. Don't know what to fucking do. You know. See, our founders in this country believed that the people should be governing themselves because only they know what they want in their life. They don't want no tyrants to tell them what to do or make laws on restricting their rights, the freedom to move and whatnot, the freedom of what they do naturally. They want to create laws to restrict your being, you know. They're called tyrants. Right? They're called tyrants. And they want to sit there on their fucking high horse to tell you what your life is going to be and what your life should be. That's when you tell them, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Ain't gonna happen, motherfucker. Ain't gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do, sit here, eat my waffle, and drink my coffee. And you ain't gonna do a fucking thing about it. I'm gonna live my life like a wolf. And not give a good goddamn about some entitled 3-piece suit, fake smile motherfucker. Because it's my life. I'm going to do what I want. It's my life. And I'm going to do what I want. What I want to do, sit here, drink my coffee, and eat my fucking waffle. And be the fuck left alone. I do not give a good goddamn on some left-winging, right-winging, neocon, Democrat, cocksucking motherfucker tell me what to do. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. I'm gonna sit here, eat my waffle, drink my coffee, and do this. Fuck you, won't do what you tell me. It's my life. I'm gonna do what I want. And what I want is a waffle and a coffee. And be the left fuck alone, man. You know, someone asked me a good question that's been in the back of my noggin for a while. Because how can people, how can individuals live their life assholes like these in this world? I said, live like the wolf. Don't give a fuck with a middle finger in the air. Because if you live like the wolf, you become very, very unpredictable. You become very unpredictable. Just the way I like it. I love being unpredictable. Because to some, that's dangerous. To some, they want nothing of it. They want none of it. And some, I'm going to live my life the way I see fit. I'm going to enjoy my life the way I see fit. Because it's my life. It's my terms, my story, and I'm going to write it my way. And like the old Blue Eyes once saying, I do it my way. I'm gonna do it my way. And only my way. Thank God for Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. Yes, you did, Frank. You did it your way, man. Yeah. Yeah. To all the assholes, it's either my way or the highway. You know? Personally, my way. How I want to live my life in peace. All these assholes, entitled, fuck them. Fuck them. Alright? I'm gonna live my life, eating my waffle, drinking my coffee, listen to my radio, and talk to you guys. Why? We just don't give a shit, you know? And again, they're not going to let you be a YouTube star and targeted at the same damn time. That ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. They will put a stop to that by shadow banning you, which means limit your movement. And that's a fact, Jack. Alright guys, my name is Reverend Ordo, and this has been the Anonymous Mando'Ade Network. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification. Always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Peace. Godspeed.